Stanley, the capital of the Falkland Islands, is a small but vibrant town located on the northern coast of East Falkland, the larger of the two main islands that make up the archipelago. Although it is a relatively small settlement with a population of approximately 3,500 residents, Stanley serves as the administrative, economic, and cultural heart of the Falklands, a British overseas territory in the South Atlantic Ocean. Its strategic location along the coast provides picturesque views of the surrounding waters and islands, making it a unique and captivating destination for visitors and an important base for the local economy. The Falkland Islands themselves have a complex and fascinating history that has shaped the identity of Stanley and its residents. The islands were first discovered by European explorers in the 16th century, but they remained largely uninhabited and sparsely visited for centuries. Over the following centuries, they changed hands multiple times between various European powers, including Spain, France, and Britain, before eventually being claimed by the British in 1833. Stanley, originally established as a port and supply base, quickly grew into the central hub of British administration on the islands. The town's name, Stanley, was given in honor of Lord Stanley, the British Secretary of State for War and the Colonies during the 19th century. Stanley has since become synonymous with British presence in the South Atlantic, serving as the official seat of government and a focal point for both residents and visitors to the islands. The town is also the site of the Falkland Islands government and houses various key institutions, including the Legislative Assembly and the offices of the Falkland Islands Governor. While the town itself is small, it plays an outsized role in the governance and cultural identity of the Falkland Islands, a key British overseas territory with significant geopolitical and historical importance. Stanley is located in a region of the world that is known for its rugged terrain, unpredictable weather, and rich biodiversity. The Falklands are situated about 300 miles, 480 kilometers, off the eastern coast of Argentina, with the town of Stanley being the primary point of access to the islands for tourists, researchers, and government officials. The region is known for its strikingly dramatic landscapes, including sweeping windswept plains, rolling hills, and a jagged coastline that offers panoramic views of the surrounding seas. Despite the harsh and often inhospitable conditions, Stanley itself enjoys a somewhat milder climate compared to the surrounding islands, thanks to its coastal location. However, the weather can still be highly variable, with strong winds and frequent rainfall contributing to the town's sometimes unpredictable climate. Stanley is the only significant settlement in the Falkland Islands, and as such, it serves as the central hub for all services, commerce, and transportation. The town is home to the island's only airport, Mount Pleasant Airport, which provides essential links to the outside world. The airport facilitates regular flights to and from the United Kingdom, South America, and other international destinations, making Stanley the gateway for trade, tourism, and communication between the Falkland Islands and the rest of the world. While the town itself may not be particularly large, the influx of visitors and supplies through the airport plays a critical role in supporting the local economy and ensuring that Stanley remains connected to global markets and institutions. One of the most defining features of Stanley is its vibrant and diverse community. While the majority of the town's population is of British descent, the residents of Stanley, often referred to as Falkland Islanders or Kelpers, have a strong sense of local identity and pride in their connection to the islands. The Falkland Islands population is relatively small, but it is a close-knit and resilient community. Many of the residents are involved in key industries such as fishing, tourism, agriculture, and government, and they are deeply committed to maintaining the traditions and culture of the islands. Stanley is a place where local customs and British heritage merge seamlessly, creating a unique blend of old and new, tradition and modernity. The town's infrastructure reflects both its historical significance and its modern-day role as the capital of a British overseas territory. The town is characterized by its neat, colonial-style architecture, with rows of brightly colored houses, quaint cottages, and low-rise buildings that reflect its long-standing British ties. Stanley is also home to several historic landmarks, including the Christ Church Cathedral, which is the southernmost Anglican cathedral in the world. This church, built in the mid-19th century, is a central point of both spiritual and social life in Stanley and remains a prominent feature of the town's skyline. Other important historical landmarks include the Falkland Islands Museum and National Trust, which offers insight into the island's fascinating history, from their early exploration to their complex political struggles in the 20th century. In addition to its historical and cultural landmarks, Stanley is a town that has embraced modernity and progress. The town boasts a variety of contemporary amenities, including shops, restaurants, cafes, and hotels, making it a welcoming and comfortable destination for visitors and residents alike. The Falkland Islands have a small but growing tourism industry, and Stanley serves as the starting point for many tourists who come to explore the island's natural beauty, wildlife, and military history. As the main population center in the Falklands, Stanley provides the infrastructure and services necessary to support a growing tourism sector, including tour operators, guides, and accommodations for visitors from around the world. Stanley's economy is heavily reliant on a few key industries, most notably fishing, agriculture, and tourism. The Falkland Islands have long been known for their abundant fisheries, particularly the lucrative fishing of squid, which is one of the main exports from the islands. The fishing industry supports a significant portion of the local population, providing employment for many people in Stanley and the surrounding areas. Additionally, agriculture, particularly sheep farming, has historically been a major part of the Falkland Islands economy, though it is less prominent today due to the island's challenging farming conditions. Nonetheless, local agriculture remains important, particularly in terms of meat and wool production, and contributes to the town's self-sufficiency. Tourism has become an increasingly important part of Stanley's economy, as more and more visitors are drawn to the islands for their unique wildlife, pristine landscapes, and historical significance. Stanley itself offers a variety of attractions for tourists, including wildlife viewing tours, boat excursions, and hiking expeditions that showcase the region's stunning natural beauty. The surrounding waters are home to a variety of marine life, including seals, penguins, and seabirds, while the island's rugged interior is ideal for outdoor enthusiasts looking to experience the wild and remote landscapes of the South Atlantic. Stanley also plays host to a variety of cultural and social events, including the annual Falklands Day celebrations, which commemorate the island's sovereignty and the British victory in the Falklands War of 1982. These events bring the community together and provide a vibrant backdrop for visitors to learn more about the island's history and culture. While Stanley is a small town in terms of population, it serves as a vital center for governance and administration in the Falkland Islands. The Falkland Islands Government (FIG), which is based in Stanley, is responsible for the day-to-day administration of the islands and its relationship with the United Kingdom. The Governor of the Falkland Islands, who is appointed by the British monarch, also resides in Stanley, and the town is home to various government offices, including the Legislative Assembly. This political structure ensures that Stanley remains the center of political power in the Falklands, with decision-making processes that reflect the islanders' interests while maintaining a connection to the broader British government. One of the most significant events in Stanley's modern history was the Falklands War of 1982. The conflict, which took place between the United Kingdom and Argentina, was a defining moment in the island's history. The war arose after Argentina invaded the Falkland Islands in an attempt to assert sovereignty over the archipelago, which had been under British control since 1833. The British military response, which included the deployment of naval and ground forces to reclaim the islands, culminated in the liberation of Stanley in June 1982. The Falklands War was a pivotal moment for Stanley and the Falkland Islands, as it solidified the British commitment to maintaining control over the islands and reinforced the strong sense of identity and patriotism that residents of Stanley continue to hold today. Following the war, Stanley underwent significant rebuilding and modernization efforts. Many of the town's infrastructure and facilities were damaged during the conflict, but they were quickly repaired and updated in the years that followed. Today, Stanley stands as a symbol of resilience and determination, with its residents having overcome challenges both historical and modern. The town continues to thrive as the capital of the Falkland Islands, with a stable economy, a strong sense of community, and a deep connection to the land and the sea. Despite its small size, Stanley is a town with a rich and multifaceted identity. It is a place where British heritage and local traditions converge, where historical landmarks stand alongside modern developments, and where the people of the Falkland Islands continue to shape their future while honoring their past. Stanley's remote location, rugged beauty, and rich history make it a unique and important capital city in the world, and its place in the hearts and minds of the people who call it home remains as strong as ever. In conclusion, Stanley is more than just the capital of the Falkland Islands, it is the heart and soul of a community that has faced immense challenges and continues to thrive. Whether as the administrative center of a British overseas territory, a thriving port town, or a tourist destination with a rich history, Stanley offers a fascinating glimpse into life in one of the world's most remote and resilient capitals. With its blend of historical significance, cultural vibrancy, and modern infrastructure, Stanley continues to serve as a beacon of the Falkland Islands' identity and future.